Christ teaches about the kingdom. Christ's earthly ministry focused on the kingdom promised to Israel in the Old Testament. In what is called the Sermon on the Mount, Christ taught about the nature of this kingdom and those who will enter it. He exalted the law because once the kingdom is established, the law will be magnified and enforced on earth. The law will be written in redeemed Israel's hearts, and God says He will cause you, Israel, to walk in my statutes. Jesus Christ also said, "The meek shall inherit the earth." He taught Israel to pray, "Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth, as it is in heaven." In the parables, He taught about different aspects of the kingdom. For example, in the parable in Luke 19 verses 12 to 27, He taught that a nobleman, Jesus Christ, went to a far country, heaven, to receive for himself a kingdom, and to return. Upon his return, those who were faithful were given cities in the kingdom to rule over, as the faithful in Israel will be given in the kingdom. In the parable of the householder in his vineyard, Matthew 21 verses 33 to 45, Christ reveals that the kingdom will be taken from the apostate religious leaders of Israel and given to a nation. We see nation here is singular, which is pertaining to the believing remnant in Israel, the little flock, bringing forth the fruits thereof. Note how Isaiah 5 verses 1 to 7 explains this parable. "Now will I sing to my well-beloved a song of my beloved touching his vineyard. My well-beloved hath a vineyard in a very fruitful hill. And he fenced it, and gathered out the stones thereof, and planted it with the choicest vine, and built a tower in the midst of it, and also made a winepress therein, and he looked that it should bring forth grapes, and it brought forth wild grapes. And now, O inhabitants of Jerusalem, and men of Judah, judge, I pray you, betwixt me and my vineyard. What could have been done more to my vineyard, that I have not done in it? Wherefore, when I looked that it should bring forth grapes, brought it forth wild grapes? And now go to, I will tell you what I will do to my vineyard. I will take away the hedge thereof, and it shall be eaten up, and break down the wall thereof, and it shall be trodden down. And I will lay it waste, it shall not be pruned, nor digged, but there shall come up briars and thorns. I will also command the clouds that they rain no rain upon it. For the vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel, and the men of Judah his pleasant plant, and he looked for judgment, but behold oppression, for righteousness, but behold a cry. Israel is the vineyard of God. Coming up next, Christ prepares Israel for the tribulation prior to the kingdom.